I now know I'm an
Previously on
ISTP.
Celebach.
I was actually mistyped for several years as an ISTJ. I'm going to analyze the MBTI types of the girls I've dated. Remember, this is just for fun. I'm not planning to do anything with any conclusions I draw out of this. It just keeps coming back to the idea that my ideal mate is an INFJ. I've never had a girlfriend, and I'm over 40. What would happen if an ISTJ and an ISTP suddenly discovered that they'd had romantic feelings for each other for several months without knowing it? By far, the most viewed video on my channel is this one that I did a little over 3 years ago called An ISTP Analyzes His Date Types. And that just strikes me as funny because at the time that I recorded that video, I was just not being serious about the topic at all. I was just like doing this silly little analysis that really I had no intention of drawing any meaningful conclusions from it, and I even said so in that video. And yet, yeah, it's my most viewed video. I still get comments on it to this day. I've even had people I know in real life tell me that they came across that video and they watched it and thought it was funny, and most of the things that I said in that video are things that I just either don't find relevant at all. The conclusions I drew from it, I think are wrong. I've even thought about doing like a follow-up to that video just to kind of give an update on like my actual thoughts about it, and just like to correct some misconceptions that people might have had about my views about dating. But it just kind of came down to like, well, I don't really have much to say about that topic at all. But, well, I kind of do now, so that's why I'm finally posting this update. So the first thing I want to do is just to just very briefly review the things I talked about on that video, and just to kind of show you why I think my entire analysis is pretty much defunct now. So in that video, I wrote down the types of 6 girls that I supposedly dated, and I use that term very loosely, and I included a few girls that I just like went out with once, and girls who never even considered me as more than a friend. So, you know, that in itself was kind of silly, but otherwise it would have been a very short and uninteresting list. And like I said in the video, I wasn't taking any of it seriously. I was just analyzing just for fun. I didn't actually know any of the girls' types for sure. I was guessing on all of them. And in fact, I'm pretty sure I got some of their types wrong. Like that first girl, that INFJ, I actually think was an INFP. And I'm not even gonna go into why. That was over 20 years ago. I don't care anymore. Oh, and I think one of these ISFJs was actually an ISTJ. Just thinking back, and well, let's just say I've recently expanded my awareness of ISTJ women, and that'll become apparent by the end of this video. So anyway, this one change actually changes the collective type, because now we have a tie between P and J, and that, according to the collective type rules, a tie between P and J goes to P. So now my collective type changed from INFJ to INFP. And by the way, this still has a cherry scent. INFP, and there is no theory that I've heard of in MBTI or typology in general under which INFP is a good match for ISTP. Now, they do work. I've known of some ISTP, INFP couples. They do tend to hook up a lot, and it sometimes works, but not for type-related reasons. And you know what? This is stupid. This collective type, it's really, I mean, these tiebreakers, you know, there's a it's 50-50 split between S and M. It's 50-50 split between P and J. So that's not even really a pattern. The pattern is an INFP. It's IXFX. Okay, that's the only interesting pattern here. Like, yeah, I dated a lot of introverts and I dated a lot of feelers. And I actually wondered for a while why I have a tendency to date IXFX girls. I never quite figured it out. But you know what? I don't even care about that anymore. Because, and this is the more important reason why all of this is irrelevant to me now. My first and only and current girlfriend doesn't even fit this pattern. Yeah, she's an introvert, but she's not even a feeler. She is ISTJ. So all those dates or pseudo dates that I went on in the past, those don't matter anymore. I didn't know what I was doing back then. Except maybe with that one other ISTJ, but I don't care about that anymore. I only care about this. This is where it's happening now. ISTJ. Now, I suppose it is kind of ironic that ISTJ is the type that I mistyped as for a long time before I figured out I'm an ISTP. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with my attraction to this one particular ISTJ. You know, the fact that I tend to appreciate ISTJ values that I was raised with. But, well, I mean, I know that I was attracted to her for a lot more reasons than that. But anyway, my point is that other video, that's all irrelevant now. It's trash. It's whatever. Kind of show you why pretty much that entire analysis is pretty much defunct now. Just there. Kind of show you why I think my show you why my talent